What if this is all we have? Canterbury.
What it is, man? It's the Shot of Discourse with your host, DebtFreeDeem, and I'm sitting here with
Ron Willz, DJ Ron Willz.
the DJ Ron Willz. I'm so mad, man. We had a tough 15-minute introduction.
We
man.
had a great 15-minute introduction,
man. And now we got to do it all over again. But that's just the way it goes when you're starting off a podcast. You ain't got no producer in the house. But it is what it is. So today, man, I got a special co-host. Naami Yasmin is not in the building, but she will be here. That's the regular.
All right.
So you know, Ron, I brought you on the podcast to talk about a couple things as far as black male success. You know, how to just like be positive in like all this negativity that's going on and everything like that. So one of the segments that I wanted to touch on was the games we play, right?
Right.
And one of the words that I think gets a negative connotation in our community is budgeting, right? So what I kind of wanted to break down was your path to, you know, buying a home and everything like that.
Yeah.
Right. So at a very young age, you were able to secure a house. You don't have like any kids or anything like that.
No
You're
kids.
a single black male out here. So just walk me through the steps. Matter of fact, tell me how you got the idea of you need to buy a home at this age.
Yeah, so I got the idea. So I was 27 when I bought my house, and I got the idea of buying a home at that age really due to the fact that a couple of things. I had a colleague at work that was younger than me, had not only a home, but also had a rental property as well, too.
Okay.
So that really started making me think. And then also I was getting to the point where I was tired of paying rent, and it's, you know, it's not doing anything for me. It's just, you know, money just going into the wind. Like, yeah, I got a roof over my head, but how is this money working for me?
Right.
I had a you know, I had a colleague, you know, when I first started like my sales career, and he was a little bit older than me, like 2 or 3 years older than me. And he's like, yo, you have to look at money as a tool. Instead of just like, yo, paying for this, paying for that. Like, you have to use it like as a tool. And that always like really, really stuck with me, because it was really weird for someone like at that young of an age to really, it wasn't weird. It was just different, because at that time I wasn't looking at money as that.
Right.
And I didn't, you know, I only had like a few friends that were looking at money as that, but it was really never getting brought up at
Makes
that
sense.
time.
Nobody's really at that age. No one's really thinking.
No one's really
about,
thinking
like,
of it. Yeah, I was like,
that.
you know, I was like fresh out of college, like 24.
Right.
You know, and I wasn't thinking of it like that. Like, I'm barely like keeping my head above water at this.
So now, like I said, you're graduating.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting right into the story. So you're graduating, and then I'm assuming you're getting into leases at apartments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then now you meet this colleague who's kind of playing into the real estate game.
Yep.
But what really pushed you into like, you know what, I gotta move forward with this. Like, I gotta move with this plan.
I mean, yeah, when it really pushed me to move forward at this point was I had someone told me that I couldn't do it.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah, I had someone told me that I couldn't do it, or I shouldn't, and that I shouldn't do it, and that was a stupid idea.
To buy a house.
Yeah, to buy a house.
Wow.
Someone that I really cared for. So I had someone tell me that, and that kind of, you know,
Put the fire in you.
definitely
Motivated you.
I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm doing this. Like, telling me to buy a house is stupid. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the, you know, one of the, like, it just didn't make sense to
Buying
me.
a house, man, it's. So I'll tell you my part of the story while this gentleman rolls up. You guys didn't see the intro that we had before, but it was kind of fire because I was just talking about black male success and everything, and then, you know, Ron's rolling up weed. It's a legal thing, so we can do that now.
It's a legal thing.
We drinking Hennessy.
Yeah.
For the Henny chef.
It's legal.
But we were able to build this type of thing, and I think the concept of thinking about a house as kind of a stupid thing to do or an unreachable goal is pretty common amongst black people, right?
Yep.
Or, you know, people of color, minorities. So even when I'll tell you the story about when I got my first this 4-unit property, right? I drove by it, and then, you know, I didn't really see the price of it, but you know, I told my fiance at the time, and then she came to the property. We looked at it with the listing agent because they happened to be at the time. When I tell you I drove down the street, like
right.
Past it, saw the for sale sign. I was like, damn, this building big as hell.
Right.
got Ashley, told her, yo, we got to come back and swing by this place. Called her and called the number, and she said, yeah, I'm here right now. Swung back over, and she showed us the place top to bottom. Now, I'm looking at this like, man, I hope, man, I wish, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She gave us the wrong price at the start, but the house was like well into the couple hundreds, hundred thousands.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, can I even
Right.
do this?
Right.
Dog.
Right.
The thing is, like, if you never try or even find out what the requirements are to get something like this, you'll
never know.
So it's so crazy how somebody could hit you with the negative, like, no, this is stupid, before you even get the details, right, of what you need to actually get something like this accomplished and receive this blessing. So I called the loan officer, and the guy was like, I'm like, yo, is this price? This is how much I make. And he was like, yo, that's a dub. That's easy. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, well, their thing is you getting income from 3 different places, right? So you got to count that income in, subtract it from the principal.
Right.
And as long as you can handle that payment, we'll qualify you for the loan.
Right.
Had I not talked to that person, or if I listened to some of my family members or something like that, I wouldn't even gotten to this opportunity.
Right.
Now I'm doing whatever they call as a house hack. Okay. And I barely pay anything.
Right. And that's
on my mortgage or rent.
That's a smart way to do it. And sometimes I really think I wish I would have done it that way too.
Yeah. Still got time.
I still got time, right? Yeah,
like time,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
You could essentially save up, do the same budgeting technique, save, and then get into a house hack and rent your current house.
Right.
Don't never sell that joint you got.
No.
His house is Ron's house is fire. Never sell that.
No, it's not. Never.
Never sell the bricks.
It's never getting sold. No.
So now, what I think is dope about like your journey and kind of what's going on is that you're a single guy doing this. I want a lot of my listeners, if you're men and women, forget it. I don't care about gender, but to know that there's this possibility of home ownership, right? And really, do you feel like there's a difference between your rent that you used to pay and your mortgage payment?
There's really not much. I mean, what can I say? Like, it's really not much. No, like, there's honestly like about maybe like a $600 difference.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, $600 difference. I mean, you know, your mortgage is going to be a little bit higher. Well, actually, no. Sometimes it can stay the same. It really depends on what type of mortgage you get, whether it's a 30-year or a 15-year.
Absolutely.
Myself, I have a 15-year.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, I have a 15-year mortgage.
You, shout out to you.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
honestly,
that's why yours is typically higher than anybody in the
right.
30s.
It's typically higher, and you know, I really shout out to my dad.
Okay, go ahead.
Because that's what my dad told me to get a 15-year mortgage. Mm-hmm. And I tell everybody to get a 15-year mortgage.
Explain, break it down. Why?
So obviously, when you look at a loan, right, you look at a loan as 2 loans, principal and interest. That's how you should be.
That's the first time I heard that one.
Yeah, that's how you should be looking at it. You want to put more money to, principal, so therefore you can, pay it off faster. Because the interest really isn't not supposed to be much, but it's
sometimes your interest is higher than your principal,
right? Yeah. Exactly. But when you're doing with a 15-year mortgage, it's not that way,
right? And then you get to that faster point where you're paying into your principal.
Exactly. So the issue that people I think have a lot, and obviously you get it a fixed rate, you don't.
Yeah, no variable. We ain't doing that. It ain't 2008.
It's not 2008. Get a fixed rate, please. So when you do that, obviously you're paying your mortgage off, faster. But also remember, you're getting more of that money back.
You're getting equity.
yeah, equity, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Wow. So, and then also a lot of times is that you would have a lower interest rate with 15-year mortgages too, instead of with 30-year mortgage. People don't like to do 15-year mortgage because why? Because you have to pay more.
It's higher. And this is what I hate about our thought process. And I'll say our because I used to think like this too. We keep looking at the monthly payment of things rather than how much you paid.
You have to really look at the longevity. I had to show a friend of mine recently the difference between a 30-year mortgage and a 15-year mortgage.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And you're like, wait, I like within like, let's say for example, you sell, let's say you have a 30-year mortgage and you sell your house at year 10, right? You're not going to get as much back as if you had a 15-year mortgage and you sell your house at year 10.
Correct, because you paid way more into the principal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then and as a 30-year mortgage, you paid more into the interest.
Right. It's a no-brainer.
And it's like and the people are like, oh, well, I'm going to pay more to I'm going to get a 30-year, but I'm going to
treat it like a
15, and you never do that. No one ever does.
I know.
Like people do, but you have to have extreme discipline. And I'm one of those people that just don't have extreme discipline like that. So what do I do? I need the 15-year mortgage, but more sense. So, I mean, the 15-year mortgage just makes more sense on your first house, anyways, because it's not your forever home. Yeah, or it's either you sell it or you're going to rent it out. Why wouldn't you want to have more money to pull out? At the at the end of it. At the end
my
of it
thing
all,
is like understanding the like you said, it's not the monthly payment; it's how much you paid in interest and everything at the end of it. If you do a 30 and 15, dog, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right,
it's insane.
$100,000 difference.
How are you guys like? How do you not understand?
Because they're looking at the monthly,
right? And that's it. Exactly. And then you'll have these mortgage brokers say, "Oh, well, we can get you that interest rate."
Oh yeah, of course.
But it's like they get paid more. They're salesmen. I'm the salesman. Yep. They get paid more on 30-year mortgages.
Correct. Because it's the life of the loan that they're
getting
paid.
Exactly.
They getting life of the loan.
Exactly.
So now, go talk to me about the down payment process. Like, how did you create the discipline? Because you say you're not, right? So how did you create the discipline to say, I got to save up for this house? Like,
well, I was like, it was a goal, right? So like with any goals, like when you want it, you're going to create your own discipline for yourself. So I was just saving. I don't remember the percentages I was saving every month, but from like my commission checks or whatever, but I already had a little bit stored.
Okay.
And then again, I was young. I wasn't really thinking like how I would be thinking now, but I was like, all right, well, I know if I can execute this amount of sales and I know I have this amount of money coming after taxes, I know where this is going to be. But
the goal was motivating.
The goal was motivating me. Like I want a house. Like I'm tired of renting. Mm-hmm. I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia's home. I'm going to get a house. Like that was the goal for me. So
okay.
Yeah, man. So I did that, and
so now, okay. So I think one of the things to note about the story too is that when you budget, you have to have a goal. I don't like. Yeah. To me, you can't really just say, "Yo, I'm gonna eat $200." Right. Like save. Like, everybody has to have a reason to do something.
Right. What are you saving for?
When I did it, and when I started really getting serious in the budget, I used to. I don't know if you were at my apartment at one time in Amber Courts. I used to have this like paper of like goals for the year on there.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So it's like stupid stuff like I want to take flight lessons. I want to learn how to handle a gun, like different things like that. And then I had a savings thing. And then I wasn't really hitting the mark because it wasn't a passion, right? Mm-hmm. I would spend stupid money at the bar and all that stuff, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with the money. Yeah. Dog, when I found out like stuff with Dave Ramsey and being able to retire early, that's what got me like super passionate about it. And I'm like, there's a way, like we're doing right now, right? Anybody's working just to live. If you have a job, you're just trying to pay your rent. Yeah. You're just trying to pay your mortgage and pay off a house. My thing is, why don't I set myself up in a way where I don't have that bill anymore in my life? Yeah. Right? So that's one of the reasons why I even got into this type of property. But now the way that I'm trying to work and think about my budget is now my drive is for my daughter. Yeah. My drive is like, can I pass down some bricks to her so that when she's 18 or she's a certain age, she just got cash flow coming in. Now she can work on her passion stuff, right? Right. And if it is a job that she has to get, it's something that, she wants to really master and understand and not waste time. I hope that she don't become like a trust fund baby who just don't give a damn about life. Right. But, I got to raise her not to be that way. Right. But my thing is like, at least let me give my kid a chance. And I'm not saying I have another kid. Right. If I have another child, at least they'll have an opportunity that I did not have. Because we didn't grow up like we weren't in college and somebody was like, yo, Here's your budget. No, here's your allowance, $2,000 a month.
Right.
Make
if
sure
I had $2,000 a month
college.
College. Oh my
I'll be
God.
wilding.
Yeah,
Wilding.
It'd be the best time.
Wilding.
$2,000 a month in college.
And there's people that got more roll than that.
Yo,
There's people that got more bankroll than that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like if we did have that money and that mentality, like say you had your mindset now at 20. Imagine what you'd be doing, like traveling probably a little bit
100%.
more and like helping people and all stuff. Like, if I was 20 with that money, I'd be an idiot.
I'd be 100% reckless.
Strip club.
If I was 20 years old with the money I have now.
Oh yeah, beastly.
I already no such thing as saving.
That's what I said.
What is this?
Well, I still think you would have had that mentality, bro. I still think
maybe
to me, I think the reason like our upbringing was a big part of it. Like we could be reckless, but we're not going to be crazy.
Right. We know right. Exactly.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
have to know what's up. Right.
Like we'll have disposable income, but there's something that's going to tell me, Kadeem, don't go to the strip club every week. For something's going to tell me, bro, don't do that. Like at one point, I would want $1,000 coming in every month that pays for the strip club.
That would be nice.
That would be tough.
Right.
You know
that would be. I wouldn't mind
that. Ideal.
But I'm sure there are
One
people.
day.
I'm sure there are people that have. There are guys that have. I have a strip club budget.
Yeah. But then you know what's funny? You won't even want to go to strip club no more.
Right.
The strip club would just be trash where you like what am I doing here?
What's next?
Yeah. And then you get into, that's why I'm saying at 20, you get into these like more kind of passionate ideas that you have. Like starting businesses, helping people out and all this other stuff. Like that's where my mind is at now, and I hope to do some greater things going down the road. But at first, like I said, it's like getting that discipline, sticking to a budget, controlling my money so that one day I don't have to.
Right.
I don't want to worry about my bread or anything like
that.
Right. So, first of all, I want to shout out Avenue Black.
Yes.
I want to shout out Avenue Black. I'm in the drip. I'm supporting my boy Jay Rich, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jay, man.
Yeah. Jay's doing good things, and I just wanted to I want to take some time to like shout out small businesses, what my friends are doing. So I'll probably put some information on the YouTube just to shout out some people that I graduated with who's doing like some cool business stuff, man. So it's thinking about like the passion projects that made me go into that. So let's move into the next segment. Okay. It's called Why She Tripping. Why She Tripping, bro. And it wouldn't be my podcast if I didn't, kind of discuss what I see in like the stratosphere of social media. Mm-hmm. So you just came back from vacation, man.
Yeah.
How was it, man?
It was like a great time. It was a great time.
Ron, I'm about to get on you, boy.
No, don't do that. Don't.
Gotta do another shot of discourse.
Oh man,
let's get this shot going in, man.
This man.
Shout out to the Henny King.
Shout out. All right.
So you had a good time, man.
I had a blast.
Where'd you go, man? Flex on him.
Oh, you ready?
Man.
Hold on.
Where'd you go, man?
So I went to Tulum, Mexico.
Can I tell you? I don't think I heard of Tulum until you like said something about it.
Yeah, it was. So we were supposed to go for my.
Oh yeah, originally.
My 30th. Yeah.
So a little background. My wedding anniversary is a day before your birthday. Yeah. So it's always an issue. I hope one of these days I can celebrate with you again. It's but right. One of these days.
No problem. Listen.
But
family comes first. Wife and family.
Of course. But I hope that we can, because you be planning some dope stuff, bro.
I try, man.
At the end of the day, I think you should be like a curator, like an entertainment curator, bro. Yeah. One of these days, that needs to be your thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I digress. So now, Tulum, Mexico. Mm-hmm. You probably, now everybody's going to Mexico.
Everybody, yeah. It's like, during the pandemic.
How'd you find this place out?
So I found out before the whole pandemic, Tulum was like getting like really popping. But then pandemic hit, but also Mexico was one of the only places that was open during the pandemic. Yep. Yeah. And it's like still is, and it's not as many restrictions and whatnot. So yeah, man. So I went, and I was planning for everybody to go, but it was supposed to be like, 15 of us, 20 of us at one point.
But as you know, black people.
Yeah, like we just couldn't. So like, it got down because it was like the pandemic. People didn't.
I think I was even on the list.
Yeah,
like,
everybody
stuff like that. Who could have foreseen that?
Right. So it just ended up being 3. You know? So
but you had a good time. But then so that was in 2020.
Yeah.
And now you went back recently.
Yeah, I went back recently. Yeah.
So talk to me about that, but yo, this is a good one, boy.
It was it was a friend's 30th birthday extravaganza.
Yes.
Event.
Yes.
It was a great time. I had a blast.
I can't wait to have them on the pod.
Oh yeah, they would be great. They would definitely be great. Yeah. 100%.
Go ahead, man.
I had a great time. I had a blast. I mean, what do you want to know?
Ron is dancing around the top. So
what do you want to know?
The reason why I say why she tripping, because I feel like
we're not going to drop no names.
I'm not.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like black women spend money like drug dealers.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. That's a thing. That's been like these brunches, these girls trips. It's like, I mean, you just scroll on Instagram and it is truly amazing.
Yo,
like the places there go.
I'm seeing first of all, I'm a notorious pocket watcher. Don't care what anybody says.
Right.
If I see a car, I'm trying to calculate what the payment was.
Right.
If I see a house, and then these vacations, boy.
Yeah, man.
They getting.
Listen. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Black women are making money though. Like, I mean,
yeah.
They are making.
Nobody's broke.
Nobody broke. They are like.
I will tell you the statistic on black women who are educated is true. Mm-hmm. Master's degrees are going out the window, and their income is balling.
But what I'm seeing is that it's just not. They have multiple streams of income. Like, I have multiple friends that have like. Not only like their, the regular, 9-to-5 job, but they have like two or three other things that they're doing as well too. And it's like, I mean, out of anybody, it's like the black women have really been doing that.
It's crazy now because I'm even when I start seeing what's going on in the space of like podcasts and relationships and things like that. Mm-hmm. It's hard to date a woman who is making either 6 figures or she got 3 streams of income and she got to manage that because that takes time.
Yeah, it takes time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for a man to be in a relationship where you're not even the focus because guess what? I gotta make this bread.
But is it like, I don't know, man. I think you should if that's like your wife or your girl, you have to support that.
What do you mean?
Like was she supposed to stop everything just because we in a relationship?
No. I don't think. The thing is, I'll give you. So me and my wife, we're married, right?
Yeah.
And I'll say openly, she's a baller. She makes bread.
Right.
I when we got together, I had to catch up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like I have to compliment her lifestyle. That's not a problem. I'm saying as men in the community and then you date a high income earner like that, you have to compliment it, right? But at the same time, there has to be a focus on the relationship.
100%.
The business can't come before the relationship. And I think the issue is right now is
but in what stage of the relationship are we talking? We're talking about like marriage, or are we talking about like dating?
I honestly think if you want to really take somebody serious to be married and be a couple, you have to put them at the top.
I think.
So could I?
Let me
break it down because know I'm a savage.
Nah, I understand.
I'm a savage boy trying to make it. So I'm saying like you have to have them at an attention level, right? You can't. So like if a week goes by, right? You're supposed to call. You're supposed to text. You're supposed to go on a date, right?
Make time. Yeah, you make time for those.
So
things.
it's hard. Like if I have a business and I'm a man, right? I still got to make time for my lady. I still got to make her feel special, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So now the thing is, on the reverse, I don't think that's happening.
You don't think really?
Yeah, I think the women who are bosses, who are floating in the corporate space, I think they forget how to cater to a man.
I don't know. I don't feel that way.
What? So we have a discourse. This is great. This is what I love.
Yeah.
So I honestly think the reason why I think that women don't pay attention to men, especially in the corporate space, because they have so much demand on their job. Their job takes so much from them sometimes, and it does for men too. Yeah. This is not a man and woman thing.
No, right. This is a.
But we compartmentalize stress as men, and like it's in this corner, and we don't express it. It don't matter. Like you had hard sales quarters and all that stuff like that. And then you come out and you pop out. You don't even know what's going on in Ron's life. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you behind your mind, you like,
there's a bunch. There's a lot of things going.
The thing with women, bro. I feel that like sometimes when that storm comes, they are more locked into the storm. They're more locked into, oh man, I got to get through this job thing. This stresses it. So what does that lead to? They can't tap into their female energy of being sexy, being romantic, and all these different things because that storm is there. They can't break it up because they're emotional creatures. Okay, so that's my side of it. What do you think?
Okay, I don't know. I've dated a lot of women that have been in corporate that have like a very like tough, demanding jobs, like very dating nurses, doctors, lawyers, VPs. Right?
Flex on them
right now, right? But
small flex.
I just feel as though if someone likes you enough, they're going to make that special time for you at the end of the day.
Okay.
And in my like past like relationship experience, I've never felt that, honestly.
Let's do a deep dive. Okay. So you're telling me you dated all these different professions and stuff like that. Yeah. That you've never in this experience felt that her attention somewhere else.
No, because I feel as though is that while dating these women, they have these, demanding jobs. Their relationship is like, supposed to be this escape and this reality and this.
Exactly.
And I feel as though when you date those type of women and they're in a relationship with you, they give you that time and attention because of how because they're looking to get away too. They want to be with that person that they don't have to.
Yeah, but I'm saying if their job calls, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. You see what I'm saying?
I don't
like you got to dance around.
But I'm also trying to think of like what part of the relationship are we talking about marriage or are we talking about?
No, we're talking about
dating.
Because date to get to marriage. Right?
I get that, but if someone says
your job, right?
But if a woman says like, okay, not a woman, sorry. If a woman says, like, hey, I have this great opportunity to be a VP in the London office.
This relationship is over.
Are you going? But hold on, time out.
This relationship is over.
But hold on, but see.
What you talking about? But my box like, just flew to London.
Like and she's like, yo, like, do you would you if you're going to take this relationship seriously, would you move over there with your lady as well too? But vice versa, if you had an opportunity like that, that's what like.
Yeah, all right. Use London. Use London for example.
Use London. Are we putting Are we putting too much expectation on a woman that women shouldn't do that? But if it was us, they should come along with us.
Oh,
and when they drop
I love
everything.
that you did.
How about?
I love that you did that.
Okay, you
got to be able to take the L. Men take L's, right? Okay, men are notorious for taking L's.
Sure.
If I'm supposed to move to London, the expectation is for me to move by myself and start a new life. That's the expectation for me. Mm-hmm. So if I'm dating someone here and the London opportunity comes, if I ask her, I'm willing to hear the no.
Yeah, because it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility on both sides.
So if a woman's going to leave, she's supposed to be able to hear the no as well.
Yeah, you're supposed to take rejection, 100%.
Right. There's no expectation, bro. Like I don't think men, like so if you have a fiance, and you guys are solid, and it's like we're going to make this move to London.
Yeah,
it's a conversation with both parties.
100%. Okay.
But if we're even going with dating, the relationship is over. I'm
But
not going overseas.
if you're going with dating, let's say there's a point in dating, I feel like, where it's like, all right,
It gets serious.
this is getting serious.
Yep.
I'm looking for marriage at the end of the day.
Got you.
Right? It's gotten to that point. You're literally borderline, and you're thinking about getting the ring. It's right there. You got the money for the ring. I'm meeting with the diamond broker, wherever the case may be. Right?
I feel you.
Your lady says, "Hey, listen, I have this amazing opportunity."
What is it? Yeah, I want you to break down what's amazing. Give me a number.
Like I just say, she's
me a
becoming a VP in London, where they're paying for everything. Compensation package is through the roof.
Okay.
Let's say her salary is about to be VP London.
2?
Nah, she's making maybe like 400,000.
Oh, I'm out.
Euro, like
I'm out.
pounds.
I'm out.
Okay, that's what
I'm out.
Okay, boom.
If we're at the point of, yes, I'm going to get married. But
Right.
here's the thing, where I'm going to tell you what the big difference is. The difference is if we had that opportunity, it's okay for her to come and not have to pay for anything.
What do you mean? Like,
Okay, so you said girl's going to make $400K.
yeah.
I'm going to go over there with the risk of not having a job for a little while, right?
Oh,
Because
right.
I don't have the opportunity. So I'm going
Sure.
to quit my joint,
Sure.
go over there and try to make it.
Make
and-
it right,
yeah.
100%.
Okay. The expectation is I'm supposed to make close to what she's making or more as a man.
But if you're like, dude, if
This is
you're
what I'm
sa-
trying to tell you.
But
Hold
no,
on.
okay,
Go back.
Okay.
So now
okay.
as
See,
a
but
man,
now we're adding another element into
no,
this. You don't think
we didn't add anything.
your lady's making 400 pounds.
Correct.
Right? She's
Yeah.
making 400 pounds.
Yeah. A year.
A year, right? She's clearly
400,000 pounds.
400,000 pounds. She's clearly like on her way. I feel like
Elite level.
she's right.
So what I'm trying to tell you though
so you
is,
think you still always need to catch up to your lady? If she's like, yo, listen,
Ron, they expect us to catch up
but
to
I
them.
just feel like at a certain point where
There's no
you're
woman that's gonna say it's okay for you to make 50K of pounds a year while I'm making 400. No one's gonna say that's okay,
But this
bro.
is probably not going to expect you to like work at. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
and what do we know about that type
listen,
of situation all the
but
time?
all right, but then that's a
Hey, what? No, answer my question. Because what I'm about to tell you is that if it was the other way around, a man leaves the London office, he's gonna make 400K.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, babe, come with me. You don't gotta work. You don't gotta do none of this
Right.
stuff. Be in the house,
Okay.
chill, do whatever you want. And if you have a passion project, paint, sing, do whatever the hell you want. I'll pay for it.
Right,
That's the expectation of a man.
right.
Expectation of a woman, dog. You need to at least. How many times have you heard? You need to at least make what I make, or make more than what I make. You think she's gonna go to the London office and you just in there playing Call of Duty with your headset on? And you playing the
Yo,
game?
but
Come on, bro.
I mean,
Stop
listen,
it.
listen. I would hope that.
Hello, mate. You're trying to get shot by my AR-15.
No,
Stop it. She want that bread, bro.
yo,
You
but
gotta make some
I
money.
just feel like at a certain time, like, yo, if your wife, your fiance, whoever, is making elite level money like that, it's like it should be also some type of. She's clearly like on track to CEO level or whatever, and that's
feel
hard.
you.
And it's hard.
I would love to be a stay-at-home
It's amazing
dad.
for one person to do it, but
Bruh.
if like two people, it's hard to replicate that as well.
I would
don't think
love
she,
to be a stay-at-home dad. The thing
Okay.
is, they're not having it, and you're
I don't
not
think
telling
that's
me
true.
that.
I don't
bro.
think that's true.
So you're telling
I don't think
me
that's true.
You're
I feel like, yo, if your
Man.
wife is making, if your wife is making $2 million, $3 million a year.
You're jumping a lot of numbers.
All right, so let's just say 400,000. 400,000
Yeah.
is a lot of money. 400,000 pounds, whatever. $400,000.
You think she's gonna let me stay home?
Bruh. I mean, do you want to stay home?
No.
Okay, that's on you.
Yeah, but I'm saying this. No matter, I have to.
I feel like
make
that's
400,000.
No, I don't think that's true at all. Because
Ladies,
it's not an average job.
comments
It's
on
not an
these,
average.
please.
It's not an average job to make $400,000.
if you think I get
Like from a
I
job-
swear to
yeah.
God, I swear to God, a woman is like, yo, he better make,
Yo, there might be. I'm sure.
or they're gonna be like, yo, he better cook, clean, blah.
yeah, if
Then why is it-
you're a house husband, I think absolutely.
Then why isn't the other way around?
if my wife is a housewife, absolutely. I'm sure. I would hope she's not just chilling in the crib.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure, but not. But listen, this is where this is. Listen, this is where you got to be able. You should have vetted out your wife properly. Exactly. Should have done a better job choosing who you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
See these dudes, man.
Nah.
Shorty eating bonbons and chilling.
Watching
chill. All the housewives.
Not mine. Not mine. Not mine. That won't happen. It just, I feel like it depends on the type of person that's married.
So, like I said, my thing was, like I said, my wife, baller, right? So, the thing is, for me, and it could be insecurity of mine. For me, it was like I got to get up. I got to get up and get to that level of bread. You know what I'm saying? So that is, you just don't look. You're not looked at as less as, and nobody said anything.
Right.
Nobody said anything, bro.
Right.
Like it was just me internally, like, nah, you ain't gonna style on your boy.
Listen, man, if my wife is making 400,000 pounds, we in London, I'm gonna try to find a job. Absolutely. But you know what? 400,000 pounds is like,
no, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I feel
like
it's
600, 800,000.
I feel like it's a decent amount of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Pounds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so if they, I mean, the thing is, I'm more concerned about the dating part of that because at the end of the day, you can't tell her nothing.
What you mean?
Hey, babe, your birthday cost 25,000 pounds. You sure you don't want to roll that back? You ain't making this money, brother.
I mean, come on, dude. Like, but dude, no.
Talk to me.
Honestly, man, I think that's really just like the person that you choose. Like, I just feel like it kind of really comes down to like, you know, your girl and your girl is, or who, you know, your partner isn't going to change up on you, dependent, you know, all this money you're making and stuff like that. $25,000 for a birthday, like, bro, like if I wasn't doing that before, I'm not doing it now. Like, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so then tell me about. So these the high powered black women, man. Shout out to y'all, love y'all.
Yes,
but a lot of them play with debt.
Okay, what do you mean? Like, oh, like
they have debt.
They have debt. Okay, yeah.
From their education.
We all do. We all do. We at one point we all, you know.
Shout out to DebtFreeDeem.
right.
Paid off his student loans. I'm clear, dog.
Right.
But no, what I'm saying is, and we talked about the budgeting piece earlier. But the thing to me is, a lot of the balling that I see, like the brunches, the vacations, the birthdays, and all this other stuff, he's sitting on a lot of debt. So.
Yeah, but you also have to understand, right? Talk
to me, man.
I feel
I'm different.
You know, at the end of the day, a lot of young people, you know, is in this 30-year-old range, and you know, a lot of people are in debt because we were told that 1, we needed a degree, 2, we needed a master's, and or 3, we need to become lawyers and doctors and stuff like that. Right now, you look at this new generation. You know, the TikTok generation. They're becoming millionaires overnight, and you don't need. And a lot of them are not even going to college immediately. They're taking a year off to kind of figure out what they're doing. Like, this is a generation that's really doing that, right? And are making that type of money. But we're in this debt because we were told that we needed a degree. We were told that we needed a master's. Like, that's more so on the fault of. You know, of what we were told to do.
People before us.
Right? And now what you're starting to see is also with our generation is that we want to live. We're going to pay off our debt, but we're going to live our life though too at the same time. Like,
I don't believe that, bro.
You don't think so? Listen,
no, I don't
man.
Believe
Listen,
that.
I'm paying off my student loans, but I'm living my life at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I pay $800 a month in student loans.
Over the amount. Like the principal amount?
Yeah, over the amount.
So when you think you're gonna be done?
It'll be done in maybe like 5 years. Yeah, that should be done.
Jesus.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Man.
How can you cut that in 2 years? How can you cut it down to 2 years?
Just do $1,400 a month. No, $1,600 a month.
You can't do that now.
No, can't.
Why not?
Now. Everything is. I don't. It's not even. Do I want to do that now? It's like I don't want to do that right now.
Why not?
Because I want to still be able to live life and do the things that I really want to do, and that money goes to other places.
This is great because I feel like at one point I was paying I went from when I was at Rutgers, I was paying I was paying the minimum definitely, and then I got up to $800 a month, $1,600 a month, and then when I got to DC, $2,400.
Well, yeah, you were about. I remember that This man was like. Like just beans at one time.
Oh yeah, beans.
But that's what I'm
beans, boy.
But you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, people can do it, but do you like? You was eating beans and rice at one time. Like that's the only thing you was eating.
I didn't go out. I didn't go to
right.
restaurant.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Nothing.
All right, personally, I don't want to do that.
Well, why not?
Because I don't. Like, I just don't want to do that.
Because here's the thing, right? You're the same. You know about interest rate.
Right.
You know about the longevity of a loan and that ending payoff balance, right? So the thing to me is, if you have the opportunity, oh my gosh, if you have the opportunity to pay off a loan earlier and avoid interest, right? Why not? Like, so the other thing is, did you see like I was like suffering?
No, I didn't see you were suffering. No, you wasn't suffering, but you also wasn't bringing it up every time either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't like, oh, guys, I'm really trying to pay off my student loan debt, and
kept
like,
you know,
you
kept it quiet.
But the issue is that you have people who don't do that. Like, this is what you got to do, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, 2 more payments from paying off my student loan debt and whatnot. And it's just like, all right, like, listen, we get it. We're glad you're paying off your student loans. Don't need to announce.
Oh yeah, I hate those people who keep throwing it in your face. Yeah.
I don't need that. Like I pay off my student loans too, but at my pace, and they will be paid off.
But then how do you stomach it? How do you you have a 15-year mortgage on your current home, but then it's like, how do you say, man, I'm gonna take the 5 years and pay up? Like, I mean, 5 years is better than what you got. Like, it's because it's 10 years that. I don't know how much.
It's 10 years.
10 years of the loan, right?
10 years of the loan.
So then now you're cutting it in half.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why not cut it in 2?
Yeah, I just no, like no, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, no.
No. Like, I'm fine where I'm at. Like, yeah, like I'm really fine. Like,
you gonna just pay that
fine.
total,
and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm okay. Like, if I need to pay more to it, like. There's just certain things like, if I just get some money and I can just be like, all right, you know what, let me just knock out this lump sum, and I've done that before too. Yeah, and that's the beauty of being in sales. At the end of the day, so yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean that scene. that's cool. I
get it.
Okay. Here's the thing that I will say, right? Mm-hmm. I think that you have a certain discipline already about you that allows you to have ownership. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. The thing, and then now you're saying I'll pay the joint at 5. So I feel like you're loaded with what you need to do as far as your finances. You're loaded.
Yeah, right.
Going back to some type of the people's behavior, and we're talking about the female brunch and everything like that. Sometimes I feel like we're balling on borrowed money.
Okay. We live in a very like heavily credit.
That's not good society. To me, bro.
No, it's not good. Especially when you have these things like I think it's like I remember it's like the whole like Twitter debate on this, like this whole Affirm thing, like those things now where like you can pay off like
Amazon packages and stuff.
You have Klarna, Klarna or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, get them out and you have a bunch of other things as well too that you can just pay it off like over a certain time, and it's like. Sometimes I think some of the stuff is wild, like certain clothes and stuff like that. You could pay off, like I know ASOS has it. So it's kind of weird. It's just like, personally, I can't do that. Like that's just no. Yeah. Like I'm not trying to like dive into that realm of stuff, with that. But that's what I'm saying. But we live in a very like pay, like get it now, pay later type of.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like we can't, because what does that do? That adds that $800 payment that hits you every month, bro. Yeah. So now for 5 years we're gonna commit $800, and that stops you from doing other things. So now my thought initially in my mind when I was in that space, it was like, bro, I got about, I think it was like it was like 500 at one point for one loan. One loan was $500. Right. And then the other ones kind of bounced up to like $7 something. But we also $1,200 a loans. So now my thing was, I don't want to have to do this for 10 years.
Right. But something clicked off in your brain. Same thing clicked off in my brain. Where it's like, I'm tired of putting this money to something that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's like, damn. Like.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to all wake up.
Yeah, but we all need to wake up. The whole thing with like student loans is that we weren't given a proper education on whether it's, public, state loans or, federal,
private. Private is the worst.
Private destroyed so many people.
The worst.
And we weren't given proper education on that at all.
But that's what I'm trying to do now. Like even when I talk about these things, I'm trying to give more education on loans and paying things off earlier than anticipated, because if you want to commit 10 years to your life to doing this thing, that's your choice. I get it. But I want you to understand the ramifications of that. You could pay off a loan in a year if you really wanted to. Like nobody does, like none of our friends is broke. You know what I'm saying? No. Like none of our friends, you know what I'm saying? But you could really do damage on a loan and not have to worry about it for 9 more years. And then ball out. Right. So my thing is like, when we talk about certain women and their vacations and their brunches and all these things like that, it's like, could you really just pause for a year and knock out some stuff?
Absolutely. They probably could. But I mean, we live in, I'll say this, as, black people, young black people, right? We now have access to like all this money now, and we want to be able to in my opinion, really, live the life that, the past generation really wasn't able to live. Like also what you're seeing between black people is, we're getting married at an older age now.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Like we're
Shout
really
out to
starting
me.
to like, right. But we're really starting to like figure out, like, we don't want to get like, no one's really stressing marriage anymore. Like stressing it like you need to get married. Like absolutely, like you need to get married.
I would never stress.
But we like, we're trying to figure out like who our partners are and stuff like that, and that correlates to like, listen, like I'm cool paying off whatever I need to pay off, but I also want to live my life as well too.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to live it at an age or at this point where I don't have to, like when I have kids or family, or if I'm doing something else, I know, hey, you know what? I was able to, do this and do that.
Yeah.
I can put my focus into this now.
I feel you. But at the end of the day, I still think that we have to be conscious of what the banks are trying to do to us, what these lending institutions are trying to do to us. But as your dad, who's a finance person, you should know, like they're gonna win. The banks are gonna win.
Yeah, it's like gambling. That's what
right.
They're
gambling, and the
house
is loaded.
The house always wins.
Correct.
Right. The house always wins.
They're gonna get their 6%.
Yeah.
Right. And and if you play the option is pay it off early, so you don't got to pay me that much interest.
Right.
That's the option. But we're not even seeing that. We're not even contemplating that. And my thing is, even in this episode, this podcast, or our conversation is at least look at it.
Yeah.
So like you said, you looked at the 30-year and the 15-year, and you're like, damn, Dad, I could really, this is $600 less.
Yeah.
Or your dad's like, listen, idiot, it's longer.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's
30-year is longer,
and
so they're going to make way much more money off you 15 years shorter.
Exactly.
So you made the 15-year decision.
Exactly.
And then because you, like you said, you need something to kind of govern your discipline.
Right.
I need a 15.
Yeah.
So now that's what I'm trying to express to certain women and things about student loans, because they're the highest educated. They're the highest borrowed as well. Right?
But you understand, some people are really content, like, hey, I know I'm going to pay off my student loans in this amount of time, and I'm okay with that.
I can't be okay with
I get that. But some people are okay. Like myself, I got 5 more years. I'm not stressing it.
And I'm not even bothering you because you're taking a 10 and you're saying I'm going to do it in 5.
Right, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I even asked you, how could you take it to 2? Because my thing is 2 years is the thing for me. Because honestly, bro, that $800 could go to your retirement.
It could go to so many. There's so many. There's so many things that it can be going to. I agree.
Student loan is not going to grow your wealth.
No, it's not. No,
You see what I'm saying?
But it's one of those things where you have to pay it off, right? Do you want to pay it off at, it just depends. Are you okay with paying it off at how many years you have left, or paying it more over time, or paying it at a faster pace? So,
but the thing about paying it off on a faster pace to me is, and we can get off the subject because we're gonna
go in circles about that.
We
Yeah,
can do this
absolutely, absolutely.
But the thing is, to me, it's like the reason why I would pay it off is because I could direct that money to something else, and it goes back to our conversation earlier about budgeting, right?
Yeah,
you budget so that, like, if I could take $800 and just put that into my retirement, I'm gravy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, now when I retire, my account looks stupid.
Yeah,
That's the other thing. Everybody's going to these like lavish places and eating at these great restaurants. You're robbing your future.
but also like, I mean, but also it's like, how much you're putting into your 401k at the end of the day. Too.
I don't think people are putting that much into their 401k.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, listen, you need to.
So
percentage.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to be putting.
Think about it, bro. Like, not everybody's thinking the same way you are, right?
You need to
like,
max out.
Not everybody has the crib right now at your age.
Mm-hmm.
So how much people you think is really putting in the IRS allot amount, $21,000 into their account?
Did that recently change?
Yeah, it went up.
Oh, it did go up because it was 19.5,
Yeah,
right?
it
There we
went
go.
up.
Yeah,
21,000.
okay. Oh, 21,000.
I think I'll Google it, but
Yeah.
21,000 into your account. You
Yeah.
think everybody's doing that? No,
I agree.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, I don't. I don't think everyone's doing it. No.
Yeah, so
because I don't think but some of us are only looking at not longevity. We're only looking at right now, right? What's in front of us, and not longevity, right?
and that's all I'm saying. Is the brunch worth it? Is the restaurant worth it? Is the Instagram picture worth it? Stop.
Well, but also like, who are we to say that black women aren't doing this though? Aren't putting this money into their 401k? You don't know.
I'm a little miser,
right? We don't know. We don't know.
This is my podcast. This is Shot of Discourse. DebtFreeDeem. I can say whatever. No, but the reason why I'll say that.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it is because I talk to them. Mm-hmm. And I know the stress, and I know the fact that, man, I want to make this move, but I can't. And it's like, the reason why you can't make this move because of your behavior.
Right.
You're not saving.
Right.
You're not doing X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You talk about freeing yourself, but at the end of the day, you're not making the moves to free yourself.
Right.
That's what the problem is, bro. So,
sorry.
For the people that are tapped in, they're listening right now, the basic consensus is limit your miscellaneous spending and just make sure it's going into your retirement.
Right.
Make sure you in stocks. And then all it is 21,000 to me. Stocks,
cryptocurrency.
Just take 21,000 and put it aside for your joint. These women will put 10% of their, I'm sorry, women, I'm bashing you, but they'll put 10% of their income, right, to the church rather than their retirement and their future and their kids. I said it.
I ain't getting it. I don't know anything about that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Deep.
You got it.
We just got deep. All right, let's go to another
okay.
Let's go to a light note. So
okay.
I like to end the segment with or end the show with a segment called Moves Being Made.
Okay.
And my brother, you have transitioned to a lot of different gigs, a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your journey from Yelp to IBM to now your new venture and what you're doing. Talk to us a little bit about
that. Man. I worked at Yelp in sales, and it was great.
Yep.
Yelp in sales was awesome. They really taught me how to sell. Okay. And then I took those skills and I moved over to IBM and had a great career at IBM. And now I'm at BOX. Mm-hmm. And so it's been sales is just one of those things where it is a very
competitive, right?
Very competitive job. Very everything's really performance based, right? It's just one of those jobs where you really have to like treat yourself as like an athlete pretty much, and you're always on.
Okay.
But like once you're on, and like let's say like you've been like let's say out to Steph Curry these last couple of games. Like once you're on, man, those highs, man, and you're closing deals, like, and you're seeing like this money come in from. It feels good. And it's even better when you're selling a product that you actually believe in too.
So if we can give the game more gem to some folks out there who's just not, I guess, making the money or see the gains that they should be from their degree.
Yeah.
Or they're just in a place where it's like, damn, this is not working for me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stay marketable? Like, how do you make sure that, like, you're in the market, you're a salesman, and you getting the top dollar for what you're doing?
Yeah. Like I think one of the things to stay marketable with like being in sales, or you're looking to get into sales, get in tech sales. Okay. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Get in tech sales because it's just one of those things, like what you saw through like the pandemic is like you can work anywhere. You always needed people. And more so now, companies are looking for ways to. How can I not have everything like here, like physical? Where how can it could be in a cloud, or how can I give it to like a different vendor to do this process for us? Like security is really big right now. Security, IT security. That's huge. Collaboration tools. That's a really big thing. Just because everybody's remote, but the world is still going on. Like money is still being made. So like I would say get into tech sales. Absolutely. Whether it's as a salesman, solution engineer.
How do they start though? How do they, like, if you were to do it all over again, you're 22 years old, right?
24.
No, I'm saying 20. Let's say
22. Yeah.
Well, you started off in sales at 24? Well,
yeah.
Okay.
23, 24. Yeah. 24.
Go back in time.
23.
How do I like at least structure my resume and get good looks from these companies? Like, what would you do better than what you did before?
What would I do better than what I was in before? I think like the first thing is like actually nothing.
You did? You think you did?
I think I did pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm too my own horn on that. I did pretty well. Like,
okay. But then tell them the game. What did you do? How did you get into Yelp? Like,
when I just got into Yelp because one, it was an app that I used like all the time. Like, me, I was always in Philadelphia, like going out to different restaurants, and I was like, you know what, like,
let me see what they got.
Let me see what they got to offer.
So you went on Yelp.com, jobs. And you just applied?
Looking for account executives. They were looking for account executives like right out of college.
No way.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Because it was all their formula. They wanted people that didn't know that they wanted kids that they can teach how to sell, and this is how you sell our product, and more so, not only how you sell our product, but also how you sell in general.
Yeah.
This is how you become an elite salesperson.
So they trained you to be elite.
They trained me in sales 101. Like my dad's a salesman, and he's great. Like, but like they taught me sales 101, and I still remember all that stuff to this day.
Yeah.
And they constantly like trained me. And that's just how that's their formula. Getting kids right out of college and training them. Hey, this is how you sell our product.
What the heck?
Now they have like other people too that came from other sales jobs, but the majority were.
Would you say it was hard to get into Yelp?
I say like just interview and be confident, and
I think that
I don't think at that time I don't think
the
it
thing that
was.
people suffer from is like especially like black males crafting your resume to get into a certain place. Like, did you ever feel like it was hard for you to get like these interviews, these callbacks, and things like that?
Nah, I don't think.
Like, what are you doing different than everyone else?
I don't know if I'm
because people who don't get callbacks.
Yeah, like I just think I'm just trying to put my best foot forward at all times. You know, like putting that little extra in. And sometimes I feel like I'm not even doing enough. Like honestly,
wow.
Yeah, like,
and I think you're doing a lot. Like even for me, my resume is always on a job board.
Yeah, like
my resume is in multiple places, at least 7 places. You could say like ZipRecruiter, Dice, Monster, like right now, and I'm comfortable where I'm at, right? But I'm a project manager in IT, but I'm trying to always make sure that I am looking at the next technology and being ahead of the game, so that when there is opportunity to post or something like that, like post my resume and get another job, I'm with the current technology.
Right.
I'm with the service leader in whatever product is out there.
Right.
Right. So I think that's the different, like, and I think I agree with you now, where like I'm not out there like calling and posting and networking and all.
Right.
I'm not doing all that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I feel like, just making sure myself is out there, and like, I got the degrees, I got the certifications, and I'm trying to like just make sure, like, if ever I need to jump, I'm marketable to being out there.
Right.
How do you continue to like make sure you're the leading candidate to get picked?
So I kind of did this recently where I wasn't really like looking, but just wanted to get like feelers out. I was just doing like practice interviews.
Oh.
Yeah, just like I'll take an interview
with
sure.
who? Oh, just like regular companies,
regular companies, or just like recruiters and stuff like that. Or let's say a lot of times like
that's huge.
And I think what people honestly should be doing is that when recruiters reach out to you on LinkedIn, take those.
Yeah,
just to see
what's out there,
and what's showing for my for my position.
Got you.
Just take them. Just why not? Like I do that all the time.
So do you get most of your leads from LinkedIn? Or
I was like doing more so LinkedIn because it was just because what you'll see is, at least in sales, at least in tech sales, there'll be different recruiters that will reach out to you that just want to connect with you.
Yeah.
And now you say, hey, we have a job offer for right now, but I just want to keep you like in the loop. Or it's even good for you to like just add them because they'll post jobs as well too on LinkedIn. And that way, if you see it like, oh, you're really interested, why not? Like, go for it. Hey, like, you remember, hey, Jody, I see that we're connected. We talked a little bit before or whatever. And,
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
I did that before with like Burlington Co-Factory, where like there was this woman that was a recruiter there, and I just reached out and she gave me a phone call, and it was the same thing. Like, let's just talk. And at the time I wanted to leave DC and come back to New Jersey. So it was just a conversation. So let's do it.
Y'all, like, people should really take those. Like, don't just like, oh no, I'm not good. Like, see what the market is offering you. Like, see what's out there, see what they're saying, and then you're making your own little profile as well too, of like, all right, so that way when you are ready to, decide to move on, you kind of know what you're looking for.
Okay. So
that's what I did.
If we could wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing for a college graduate, probably 22, 24 years, 24 years old, internships under the belt. Obviously, you probably want to post your resume on these job boards and things like that. Get in LinkedIn, even though I think LinkedIn is a weird place. But
I love
recruiters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hit the recruiters up.
Yep.
Try to get plugged in with them. Do interviews as much as possible. Have these conversations.
Yep.
And if you don't hear back from a certain job, at least you did the interview and they know that you're in rotation.
And because like that's always good because recruiters do a lot of like reaching out, but you have to understand recruiters have quotas too that they need to reach.
They want to get people.
They want to get people in, right? So like you reaching out to them, like like, hey, or they say, hey, I might not be the right person, but they'll point you to the who might be the right recruiter for whatever role,
your skill set,
or whatever the case may be. Huge. So like you should definitely do that.
Huge.
Yeah, I think it's something that people don't take like. I think LinkedIn can be it's getting a little bit like Facebook, where it's it's a little bit too much, but LinkedIn is such a great tool to find and connect with people.
And I'll go in deeper. You can actually see the people who are everybody posts their position. Yeah. So like I said, I was able to go to Burlington Co-Factory because it's in New Jersey, guys. So I'm not trying to work for a department store. But find Burlington Co-Factory, find the recruiters there, and then put my bid in.
Exactly.
So as long as you're using these platforms and tools to locate exactly where you want to be and the job you want to be at, that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that was that's a good point to make, because I think what happens with a few people is like they're putting out these job applications and they're feeling despair because no one's calling them back and things like that. But I think sometimes you're talking to the wrong people.
Yeah.
Like you're throwing your you're throwing your resume in a void that there's a chance they might read through the 333rd resume. But like if you get a recruiter behind you, they're gonna push you to the top and say, look, we've already vetted what this looks like. I think this is a good fit for you. Right. It makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, hour and 5 in.
Hour and 5. Wow.
Hour and 5. How did it feel?
I felt great.
Felt good.
I mean, listen. Talking to one of my best friends.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Look,
can we do an ending shot? Or
yeah,
you trash?
I'm not trash, but I'm
Ron,
got to be responsible.
Ron's not a functional alcoholic.
Yeah, got to be responsible.
So we're gonna do one more here. You pour your own troubles.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna pour anything because
I told you you're trash.
I'm not trash.
So
I'm
you're
cool.
not gonna take a shot?
Oh no, I'm cool.
Oh,
yeah, I'm chilling.
So I'm gonna end the podcast. I'm gonna take a shot for myself.
There we go.
Black women spend money like drug dealers, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's your boy DebtFreeDeem, and I'm sitting here with
DJ Ron Willz.
All right, and it's been a Shot of Discourse. I'm out.
And it's thinking that the junk of them a beeline buzz. To all my greater, me enemy want be like us. You got sit down for me cocky, even feel like budge. Me just roll up and split my feet, sweet like fudge. Me not lie, me I go come back and I feel tight chop. Me just